referral gifts. Tell me about that plan.
Yeah, I mean, so it depends on the lead type and the lead source and the timeline and everything. But yeah, we definitely want to do, if a lead comes in, Helen talks to them, for example, they want to sell their house in 12 months. I talk to them. A lot of times I'll ask them if they want a pretty simple online market analysis, but we also offer a way for them to keep up with their home value over time. And they get emails and they see what else is sold for in the neighborhood. So everybody gets junk mail. You know, everybody's getting all these spam calls and different things. So we're just trying to, I want my whole business model and angle to be more about how can we be a resource for you? How can we be here to help and answer questions without being a burden to you? And then hopefully build a relationship. Jasmine was talking about follow up is key and commission breadth and all those things. And I totally agree. But I think that one of the main things is once an agent has felt what's called pipeline maturity, once you've felt that, then it's a little bit easier to continue stacking and stacking, because once you have pipeline maturity, the game seems a little bit easier because you've talked to these people 9 months ago. And not only have you talked to them, you've talked to 40 of them. And so is Helen. So there's a way to stack these things up and follow up, but there's got to be a system and a process. And that's why I'm big on having some sort of CRM, whether it be monthly mailers, quarterly postcards, and I like to keep it pretty laid back. I'll send pictures of me and my wife and my little boy and all that stuff, right? And tell a story like T-ball started this year, all these things. And by the way, you want your home valuation, scan this QR code. But there's a lot of different ways to stay in front of people. But like Jazz said, you got to be intentional and it's got to be consistent, because I even know personally when I fall off, right? If I go a couple weeks and I get lazy, I can see my pipeline gets weaker. So I would just say land, sea, and air, stay in front of people and bring some information to them that they can't find online.
Love that. You don't wait